Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Doujinshi, and we are here to complete, or at least continue, our search into the series that I've got myself into for some reason, Isekai Harem Monagatari. Hey, episode 2, once again made by the same people, roughly the same length, but I'll go over it one more time. Made by the studio Majin Petite, slowly becoming more familiar with their work, even if it is, not the best, but is still definitely passable in a lot of different ways. Running about 16 minutes and 26 seconds long with 11 total categories, a lot of them falling into the rather vanilla harem-esque values. You wondering what I mean? The notable tags of this one are public, harem, plot, and fantasy. Kind of what you'd expect for somebody to be put into a world full of fantasy creatures that would like to, you understand what this series is about. Now, starting off on our first episode, starting off on the second episode, mind you, still getting used to the whole series one episode at a time vibe. Now, starts off right off the bat. There is an immediate sex scene. Starting at the 5-second mark and ended at the minute and 20-second mark. Let's go ahead. He recaps his adventures so far. That actually becomes more of a theme. He recaps the way that he came into the world, his fact that he lives for the self-pleasurement, and as you might know of, and continues forward into this isekai-like world. Well, he decides to go shopping with the priestess that was established as well. I refer to her as the Cleric. And as she's shopping, she is searching for a new grimoire, essentially a magic book that allows you to cast spells. He, not knowing the language of the world, stumbles upon a Karma Sutra of sorts, she being the person that needs his essence to grow more powerful, decides that it's a good idea to test out what's in the book, essentially becoming more powerful by using this special book, which case leads to another scene that happens right outside in an alleyway. Starting at the 4-minute and 20-second mark, nice, and ending at the 5-minute and 20-second mark. Not exactly the longest scene, but a minute goes by, and you notice the animation definitely drops off just a little bit. It's not big, but it is noticeable if you're paying attention to such things. Now, he then goes to meet up with the ranger, who is practicing the way that she hunts, taking out smaller demons and smaller animals. And once he gets left alone with the elf ranger, guess what happens? Scene number 3 at 6 minutes and 25 seconds in, lasting until 7 minutes and 10 seconds in. And this is in a clearing near the woods. Not exactly much flavor to it other than that they decide to discuss how they're going to be leaving for the next town to find out where the Demon Lord is, as most isekais are based around a Demon Lord of some kind. You don't believe me? Watch Konosuba. You don't believe me? Watch literally any other form of isekai out there. I guarantee that they all have very similar concepts. Hell, watch ReZero. Oh, now, on to the next one. And my vision is terrible in this thing. I really hope at some point I get a more optimized view. So, now, he then goes to meet up with the fighter as she's training. She, being in very scantily clad clothing, now that I think about it, she's more of a barbarian since she is very unarmored. Alright, still gonna refer to her as the fighter, but just to let you know that. She's very scantily clothed, and she is also sweaty as fuck. I wonder where this is going. Scene number 4, lasting from 8 minutes and 10 seconds to 9 minutes and 45 seconds. I'd say this is about the longest scene that it gets, and I feel like that's a little bit of a favoritism, even if it is just by 10 to 15 seconds. Now, this is happening in essentially his front yard. Decency be damned. There are people trying to eat, and you do that. What do you think this is, some kind of porno? Now, everybody is the shopkeeper of the inn that is currently being run essentially comes out and says, hey, there's a bath spring that has been opened for just a little bit. And we would like you, since you are the, quote, hero of this whole thing in your band of adventuring, large-breasted women, would also like to come with. Yes, I am inviting you personally for your heroic deeds. And what the fuck do you think happens? They apply a special potion to themselves that would allow them to become more, what's the word? Susceptible to magical growth? It opens up their pores, and guess what gets in the pores? The stuff that babies are made out of. Leading to the next scene, lasting from the 11-minute and 30-second mark to the 15-second mark in the bathhouse. But there is one thing that I start to notice. Along with the slightly declined animation rate, they also use the speed-up technique, which I personally don't like. It tries to convey dynamic movement by saying that the animation was sped up to show more vigor being put into it, when really all they did was set the animation to 2 times speed and then continue on as if it were nothing. Personally not a fan of that, but nonetheless, all the women are involved, and the scene ends around that point. But as the scene ends, the guy is, quote, let's just say tuckered out for the day, and he alludes to the fact that there might be a 4th woman accompanying them on what would be the journey so far. And as he continues down the journey, they allude to it, credits roll, and let's get into the actual review of the entire thing. Starting off, the animation, of which I've talked just a slight amount of. Not exactly the best out there, but it is serviceable nonetheless. I wouldn't say it's anything special, but like I said, if you're focused on the fact that there are 3 different women with 3 different personalities that go along with this thing and what's going on in the scene, the animation wouldn't really bother you. You'd say it's passable, so 5 out of 10 it is. Now, the characters, roughly just as similar. They get 1 scene apiece with a group scene at the end, and really not much other character development happens between them. You don't really notice a shift in any of the way they go, and their designs stay roughly the same. Like I said, 5 out of 10. It may have been higher in the last one, but due to the fact that they're stagnant for 2 episodes straight, you might have to drop it just a little bit. Now, the plot, what you're all really here for, the plot. Numerous, but they all have a very similar feel to them. Now, this isn't a bad thing if you're into that sort of thing, of what's actually given in a lot of these, but it feels like there could have been more variety. That being said, scenes like this are often like eating a pizza. You really can't have a bad one unless you really fuck it up. Trust me. At some special point, I will get to that one that fucked up. Now, I would say overall, the plot of the entire thing, 7 out of 10. Definitely good, but needs more to it. Like it's missing a spark that could bring it to life and make it so much better. Overall, decent, but a definite step down. Definite the same way you would say you went from walking on a cobblestone road, or a brick road, to gravel. You can still walk, and your feet will still be clean. Or your shoes will still be clean. But you definitely notice something in the way you step. Overall, 6 out of 10. Would say that it's definitely something that you can go to if you're watching the entire series. I just wouldn't say it's the best of them all. Now, thank you for coming along to where we are right now. I have many more videos planned, and thank you for everything that you've done. And the amount of people that have come here. I am still so thankful for the fact that there are 30 people, and hopefully more by the time this video is old and dusty. Thank you, everybody. I have been the Doctor. Subscribe if you feel like, so we can build the Crusading Army further. Hopefully I'll get a better name for you guys. I think I've been calling you the Patients. But trust me, the only person who's sick here is the Doctor himself. Now, until next time, I have been the Doctor. Make sure that you're being safe out there, because everybody needs to be a little bit safe. Wash your hands, because everybody's dirty, at least nowadays. And have a nice night. Don't be a dick. There's too many of them in the world. Well, I gotta say, see you guys later.